Yeah,
Lewis.
yeah, this is me. Hey, first up, man, and I swear, about boy.
Hey, welcome. This is Jerald Muhammad. Welcome to the Community Outreach Radio Show. We're here every Sunday at 4 p.m. right here on WLLV. My man Trevor is out of town. He's in Las Vegas with his wife on vacation.
Okay, Trevor.
So today, pretty much in the studio, we're going to be talking about men's health. I got my man Thomas. He's going to be calling in from Lexington here in a little bit. Also, we got another special guest in the studio. We're going to bring in the conversation here right after this break in just a few minutes. And Harry Johnson is the board operator here too. Harry, I want you to join the conversation too, because I want to talk about how come men don't go to the doctor. I want to talk about that because we all have, and at the age you and I at, Harry, we all have friends. You know what I mean?
Yes,
that are having heart attacks and dropping dead and other little things like that. And and not a little thing, but
right.
We see people falling out, getting hospitalized, and we don't go to the doctor unless we getting ready to die.
Yes, sir.
And then usually if we go to the doctor, our spouse is the one, or our girlfriend, our significant other is the one that's dragging us to the doctor. So I want to talk about that in a little bit. We want to thank our host or our sponsor of the show, Centerwell Senior Medical. Centerwell is a local primary care doctor's office that specializes in dealing with seniors with Medicare. So if you have the red, white, and blue Medicare card, go see Centerwell. They do free transportation to and from the doctor, and they're specialized in just dealing with seniors. And if you ever didn't have a doctor, it's kind of difficult to go find a new doctor. Like, where do I go? Who do I go see? So we want to thank Centerwell for sponsoring this show. My insurance agency is called Health Plan Consultants. And what we do is Medicare Advantage plans. We help people that have the red, white, and blue Medicare card. We help them get free eyeglasses, free dental. Some people even qualify for a free grocery stipend every month that's included in with their insurance plan. So if you have the red, white, and blue Medicare card and you'd like to see if you qualify for one of our plans, just give our office a call at 502-403-4242. That's 502-403-4242 if you have the red, white, and blue Medicare card. So if you're listening out there, we may even have you join the conversation today. I want to talk about how come black men don't go to the doctor. And I got two brothers in the studio, and I guarantee there's a little stubbornness in all of us.
Right.
So we're going to take a break, and we're going to come right back right after this. All right, welcome back. Welcome back to Community Outreach Show. Your host, Jerald Muhammad. Got my man, Lewis.
Yeah, this is me. Hey, first I want to say, man, it's an honor, a pleasure to be next to you, man, as a black man sitting on your radio station. I would never think, I would be sitting next to you right now on your station, man. And I swear, from bottom of my heart, man, it's a pleasure. I want to appreciate a lot you done for the community.
Thank you.
And what the effort you have put in, I know, and I've seen you a little more. And I just want to thank you personally, man. And it's an honor to be right here with you.
Oh, man, thank you, man. We appreciate that, bro. We appreciate that. Thank you so much. It's interesting you're in here today because normally I have some guests and stuff. We had some things going on. People were kind of busy, busy this weekend. So my usual crew is not here today.
Right.
Why is it that we don't go to the doctor? Now I know a lot of times, Harry, my wife, like I'll have a pain here. Mm-hmm. She'll give me a break the first couple of days. Then after that, Michelle will be like, Jerald, you need to go to the doctor. What about you, Harry? As men, we just gonna keep it real because we can help.
Yeah.
We might be able to save a life. But Harry, how are you and your crew, the brothers that you hang with, about going to the doctor?
The thing of that is, I think, is we're stubborn. That's the first thing.
That's the first
And
thing.
if you don't keep up with your doctor's appointment every 6 months or a year, you kind of forget to say, hey, I'm okay. I ain't had no problem.
Right,
As
right.
soon as a pain or something hit or something's not right here or there, then you complaining.
Yeah.
So I think
Yeah.
it's a lot of fear of not
That's
not
it.
continuing
That's
to
it.
stay checked up on ourselves. And I think as men, we just feel like it'll pass over. We'll
Yeah.
get through it. So
Man, I agree. I think it's fear. A lot of times, like you go and get the blood work done, and you like, man, hope everything comes back okay.
Right.
So, Toy, what has been your experience as
Well,
far as going to the
I
doctor?
don't know the statistics, but I once heard that black men are
Mhm.
the John, black men don't never go to the doctor,
Right,
they're even for mental health,
right, right,
and
right.
when we need to. But I think it comes from trying to be tough, have a tough mentality
Right,
that
right,
I
right.
can do it myself. I can fix it.
Mm-hmm.
But really, for me, I have it bad. I forget my doctor appointment because I get so caught up in my daily life, and I forget to take my medicine, my high blood pressure medicine a lot. But I try to remember, but we just have to be more proactive about our health. But growing up, we were just trying to be tough,
Man,
trying to be a tough man. We have a tough mentality.
But I'm gonna tell you something that I found out, man, with us. Like, you ever you got a friend, Harry or Tori, like you hear like, man, so and so died. You
Yeah.
like, man, what happened? I said, man, he just fell out, he had a heart attack or whatever. And nobody knew the brother was sick. Nobody knew anything was wrong. But if you ask questions, huh? Yeah, he may have not even knew.
Right.
But sometimes I'll find where it's like how he said that they had a blood pressure medicine or something, but they weren't taking it.
Yeah.
At all.
At all.
A blood thinner, not taking it. High blood pressure, not taking it. And if there's any females, listening, and if you can bear witness to this, call in at 502-571-1240. 571-1240. If you've got a testimony or just share information about men who won't go to the doctor. Now, a lot of times when you go to the doctor, I understand the fear, especially as a black man, the Tuskegee experiment and all these things. But one of the things that at least go find out what's wrong with you.
Right.
And if you choose to maybe do supplements or, to correct it with your diet as opposed to taking a bunch of pills, but at least find out what's going on.
I think also too, for me, I'm just speaking for me. I'm just being honest, man. I don't feel I get treated right. I'm not gonna sit here and lie, man. I just don't. I feel that when I go in here and I tell you what's going on with me, you just want to keep giving me medicine.
Yeah, yeah.
And I know medicine supposed to help, but I'm not trying to be on a whole lot of medicine. And and I watched my granddad before he passed, and I used to say he used to have the pill counter, and I used to say, "Hey, man, you take all them pills all every day?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I used to be like, "Man, I don't want to never take no pills." Like now, I got a pill counter. And then I got enough pills that I could use a pill counter. And I got a pill, I haven't filled it up. It's still in the plastic, but I refuse to use the pill counter because that's a lot of pills, man.
Yeah, yeah.
And I don't want to be on a lot of pills.
Now, you know what I do? I've got a real good doctor now that I go see. Best doctor I feel like I had, because when I went in on the visit, he sat with me for over a half hour.
Yeah.
Like, doctors don't normally do that. It's real quick. And he was telling me, he said, my goal is to lower your dosage and then get you off all your medicine.
Yeah, that's a good doctor.
You know what I mean? My doctor is Dr. Bukhari, Bokhari, Dr. Bukhari. But he basically just told me, try to exercise 5 days a week, try to, straighten up your diet, a little bit. And he was just saying, but he told me to stay on top of stuff at home. So, for example, I went to Kroger, got me one of those little blood pressure meters.
Okay.
I keep it at the house. So, man, if days you get up, you just ain't really, might feel a little lightheaded or whatever, man. And if you check your blood pressure and it's off a little bit, then oh man, I need to take my medicine today.
Right.
I forgot. Or if you're taking your medicine and you checking your blood pressure and it's still high, then you need to call your doctor and go back and say, hey man, we need to get this adjusted. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's little
And
things.
taking that blood pressure medicine, man, is tough, man, cause, hey, I don't know about everybody else, but when you gotta go bathroom, you gotta go bathroom. And they kind of make you use the bathroom, you know, urine a little bit quick, frequency in it. And I hate feeling like, you gotta pull over, hey, let's stop there. It make you go so much, and it's just that with that blood pressure medicine, what caused me, like, man, I don't want to take his medicine.
And then they can also dehydrate you because a lot of medicines, man, it corrects one thing,
yes, sir,
then causes another problem. What you find that to be true, Harry?
Well, thank God, knock on wood, I'm not on any medicine. I'm 54 years old. God is good.
Man, you know how much of a blessing that is? You 54 years old. Come on, man. We got to bring them applause on.
Disease, no diabetes or anything. And I'm a little heavy guy. I'm up in the tube, you know, but you know, I believe, like you said, if you take one thing for one thing, it's going to cause you to take number 2 pill.
Right.
Number 2 is going to cause you to take number 3 pill.
Right.
Number 3 is going to cause you to take number 4 pill. And then your whole body's out of whack because this one pill takes care of this, but now this other pill takes care of that.
Right,
so I'm just all over the place. My body's like you know, it's not a...
Now, do you continue to get regular? Do you go to the doctor every year or so to get
your doctor once a year?
Okay, good.
So far, so good. Cholesterol's been up maybe a little, but he said, hey, just watch what you eat, you know. And I cut back on eggs. I love eggs, man.
Me too.
Bacon. But knock on wood, thank God that I'm still able to not have to wake up every morning to be taking a pill to start my day.
Sir.
My day.
Yeah. One thing too is just drinking more water. You know, I had a friend of mine. They were saying that I know, man, you don't drink enough water. You know. This person said that to me, and I'm like, you know what? You're right. You're 100% correct. I don't drink enough water that they notice from being around me that I don't.
You don't drink a lot of water?
I don't drink as much as I should.
That surprised me.
Yeah.
I was just surprised. Look like you was drinking a lot. Your skin look good. You still look young. Look like,
man, I appreciate that.
You look like you drink Play-Doh.
Let's cap to that.
Let's cap.
Yeah. Well, you know, but it's the same thing with you, since, you know, like, because if we're going to have a conversation, like you said, we keep it authentic and keep it real. We use, you know, I take a blood pressure medicine, and when you drink a lot of water, you're urinating all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, and then the downside of that too is when you are urinating frequently, you can become dehydrated.
Yeah, I never really looked at it. And I drank a lot of cranberry juice. Like I just really
that's good for you.
Yeah, but I just like cranberry juice. That's my juice. Like I don't buy Pepsi. Like my mama and my grandma, they still want the Pepsi and Long John Silver's and Kentucky Fried Chicken on Sunday type people.
Right.
So they drink a lot of Pepsi when I'm around them. But I try to drink a lot of like cranberry juice. But when you was talking about like another thing about like when I was in the hospital 4 weeks with COVID on life support, and when I was in the hospital,
hold on, you said you was in the hospital for 4 weeks?
Yeah, on life support, the high flow machine.
Wow.
I went to 34th and Broadway, took the COVID shot to go to my graduation in Florida, and the week before my graduation for a bachelor's degree, and I go to 34th and Walgreens, take a shot, man, and as soon as I came out of there, I was with my kid's mother, and I told her, I said, oh, babe, I'm sick. And she said, quit playing. You play all the time. I'm like, no. I was like sick instantly. And then
this was right after you took the shot.
Right before I walked out. I was like, got dizzy. And then a week later, I didn't get to make it to my graduation. I was on life support. I had 40% oxygen. And I was up at the...
40% oxygen?
I walked myself in there, man.
You know, normal's like 98. You know, I know when I go, mine's always like 98, 99.
I had 40% oxygen, man. When I got in there, I ain't even get to make it to the seat. I told them what was going on. They shot me in the back, put me in a little room, shot me up to ICU. But when I was in there, they was giving me steroids. And then they started shooting me with insulin. Okay. And I was like, ma'am, I ain't never been on insulin in my life. Why y'all shoot me with insulin for? And they was like, where the sugar, whatever's in the steroids make you...
Yeah, steroids will make your sugar level go up.
Yeah, so then they would shoot me in my stomach. And I was like, hey, I'm telling my daughter, my family, like, hey, I'm ready to check out of her. And that's like, why is that? I said, because I ain't gonna let them keep shooting me with no insulin. The next thing you know, I'll be a diabetic.
Mm-hmm.
Cause y'all put insulin in me, and I don't, my body ain't.
Right. Your body ain't used to that. You're not a diabetic. Yeah.
And I'm not a diabetic. Then they start saying, "Are you a diabetic?" I'm like, "No, I ain't no diabetic. Y'all shoot me. Y'all don't want to shoot me with this.
Right.
Yeah, y'all ready to make me a diabetic. Y'all keep shooting this insulin in me."
So you was in there for 4 weeks.
4 weeks, man. 4 weeks. I got to go to my graduation 9 months later, and I had pneumonia, COVID with pneumonia.
Man.
And what they said, I had COVID before the shot. But if you're a professional, you should have let me come in there and commit suicide.
Mm-hmm.
If I had COVID for the shot, you should have made sure that I wouldn't do it to myself.
Right.
Because you actually put 2 doses of COVID in me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I had pneumonia, and so they're like, "No, you had COVID for a shot." But I'm gonna tell you from the bottom of my heart, brother Jerald, and I'm not lying to you, wasn't nothing wrong with me.
Mm-hmm.
Now I can't really move. I done picked up like 30 pounds. I can still got an oxygen machine at home. You know, when I used to be able to cut my mama's yard, my grandma's yard, and my yard all in one day. I'm barely just getting my yard done now.
Wow.
And you know, my lungs were scarred, and it just ain't never been right. Like COVID, and I feel a lot of people don't realize how bad COVID, what they did to your body. You probably not notice it, but you know, I'm hurting a little bit more. My joints is, you know, it wasn't none of that going on. I was a hard working dude, man. I could, you know, drive out your house, paint your house. I can, you know, do too damn. And she just wanted to just catch my attention.
Yeah.
I never questioned him. I never got her and said, "God, why you got me in here?" I never, not one time. I refused to question him. I just knew I was gonna be all right. I just kept that hope, like, and when I came through, the people from the ER, they was coming upstairs, looking at me like, "You still alive?"
Mm-hmm.
They said you was up standing and walking.
Mm-hmm.
And I was looking at it like, God, these people must thought I was gonna die.
So when you had COVID, what all were you taking medicine for? Like when you had gone in, was it just the high blood pressure?
That's all I was on, high blood pressure medicine. But after that, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro, Jerald. The COVID killed me, man. My joint, it hurt my whole body. Like my body hurts, like my joints hurt at times. I forget a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I forget a lot. Like you can tell me something now, and then later on, my daughter said, "Well, I told you yesterday we was gonna have a party or something. Like we was gonna do it." I'm like, it affected me, man. It just changed my life, man. And they don't care.
Mm-hmm.
They gonna wait till our generation die off, and it's gonna be a whole new generation of people.
And the truth will come out. You know what I mean? Later, some
we die off. Yeah, all the people they don't have to pay compensate. You know, pay back money for something they done illegal or wrong. You know, they just gonna let us die off, and then it's just gonna be a new generation of people that didn't go through the COVID.
Mm-hmm. And if anybody's on Facebook, if you got any questions, if you watch on Facebook, also hit the share button, share it, tag your family members and friends. This is a great conversation that we have in today, and sometimes you just don't know how God works, you know.
Right.
As a matter of fact, I was gonna call Mark to come in with me today.
Yeah.
Mark, you know, Mark Jr. You know, he comes in.
Mark, very intelligent guy, man.
Yeah.
And he love you to death, man. Yeah. Mark love you to death, man.
Yeah. So, but you know, someone on here is saying, Donna Orr is saying that, you know, these are some of the lingering side effects from COVID. And COVID does change your body function, you know, sometimes for a while. So.
Yeah, and I've been fighting. Like I was working out, I was going to the gym. They told me, then the doctor was like, "Hey, your lungs ain't like a muscle. It don't rebuild. It don't reproduce itself."
Oh wow!
You know, so no matter how hard you work out, your muscle your lung ain't gonna grow. It ain't gonna build like a muscle. You just have to keep, you know, watch what you like smoking, with having weight, you know, practice, you know, trying to get a lot of little exercise like running and stuff like that. They kind of keep your lung flow, but I can't even really walk up steps. Like I live in a 3-story house, man, and I still go through like to walk in, get upstairs, and then I'm like completely bummed out once I get to the top of my stairs, man.
Wow. Wow.
And I just know a lot of people in our community in the world, even though they got over COVID, and I know you go to work, you feel fine, but there's some things that you notice about you been like, man, my shoulder wasn't hurting like that at first. What's all of a sudden like I got arthritis now?
Man, I had COVID, and I got both of the things that you just named.
I had COVID, and I ain't really went through none of this. And I'm 54, and you how old, T?
47.
47. Yeah. So, but I, I've been having some arthritis. Yeah. Of course, I didn't take the vaccination. We didn't take it. For religious reasons, but it's something, man. You hear these horror stories, and but man,
I wish I never did it, man. I ain't gonna lie. I felt like I committed suicide, and I didn't want to go take the test, shot. But my kid's mother was like, "Well, we ready to go to Orlando." It said on the news, Florida was a hot spot. Yeah, and I don't want to. And I don't want to.
And Orlando was a hot spot.
Yeah, so listen, we're gonna have to go take it. You're gonna have to take it. We're gonna go to Florida. And I'm like, nah, I'm still like, nah, I don't think I want to take this shot. And she kind of made me come, like, you ain't gonna go to Florida. And she got sick. She had to go get a reversal, some type of blood, somehow where they reversed it, or poured it out of you or something like that. And she was sick too. And I was like telling her, I said, man, we both just got a bad shot.
She wasn't trying to get rid of you.
Nah, man, I hope not. Yeah. I hope not, but I got God on my side, so you can't get rid of me.
That's right. Harry, what with you 54 and don't take any medication at all. And and to keep it 100, it ain't like you some health guru or anything like that. Is there something that runs in your family? Does your father?
Well, my father had prostate cancer.
Okay.
My father had high blood pressure.
Okay.
No diabetes. My mom was a very healthy woman up until it'll be a year coming up to 26th of this month that she passed away at the age of 89.
Okay.
So,
wow.
I haven't had a lot of health problems within my family. The ups and downs of being a black man, prostate, different things like that. But other than that, everything's been just normal. I just thank God that I'm healthy. Can't say it can't turn tomorrow.
Yeah. Right.
But where I'm at today, I'm just thanking God.
Oh, that's a blessing.
Yeah, only thing he got is gray hair.
That's something.
Yeah, but I think a lot of black men need to be aware of taking care of themselves. I'm also thinking about getting a prostate check too. And I miss.
But I'm gonna tell you something. So I just went and got, and the reason I had to cut you off because you don't like this. They can do the prostate check with a blood test now. You don't have to. They don't have to. Yeah, because they used to have. There's a lot of men we didn't want to do it because they used to have.
Right. They check your pH.
Yeah, they would have to go. They would have to, physically, something that we didn't like that. But they can normally, like when you go get your A1C checked and everything, like this your normal blood with your cholesterol, they can take it out of that same blood for your cholesterol test, for your PSA test now.
Right, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so you can go and they'll just give you a printout of all of those things together, man.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm glad technology done got better, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Make a whole lot easier.
Big shout out. Sorry to all the guys that had to go through that, man. We're going to do apologies for all the guys that had to go through since they got the new technology out.
Man, that's hilarious for us.
Yeah.
Then they also do the colonoscopy. If you had that check yet, they keep trying to.
Yes, I had one of those.
Okay.
Just one.
Okay.
It's about time probably next year.
Okay.
To get another one. Yeah. You gotta stay on top of it.
Man. Yeah. So you can do those from home now too, where you just take a sample. And
I heard about that.
With Cologuard. So they have a lot of technology changes because. Here's the thing. So you take somebody like yourself, not taking any medication. You said things could, change tomorrow or whatever. But if you go once a year, if you do get something, just by the fact that you go once a year, if you do get something, they're going to catch it at the very early stages. Right. You follow what I'm saying? Which means you got to jump on it. And like Tori said, with technology and finding out early, you can almost live with anything now. Right. Man. You know what I mean? So that's huge. So let's say halfway through, 6 months since your last checkup, you develop diabetes. Well, you go in 6 months with untreated diabetes. A lot of people like, I'm a diabetic, but I think I was a diabetic for probably 3 or 4 years before I ever, because I had all the symptoms.
So did you growing up, did you eat a lot of sugar? Are you
I
a candy guy? Or
I didn't. See, here's one thing about diabetes a lot of people don't really realize. I was eating the other day something, with a friend, they was like, man, you gotta watch eating all those food. With me, it's carbs more so like than cake. So like if I eat rice, I'm done. If I drink like sweet tea, I'm done.
Wow.
A lot of bread gets me. Too much pasta will raise my sugar, but I can eat a slice of cake, cheesecake. It don't even hardly faze me.
Right.
So what were your symptoms to make you know that diabetes was it?
And that's an excellent question. He's saying, what were my symptoms to know that I was diabetic? I'm type 2 diabetic. Constantly thirsty. Wake up in the morning, you really, really thirsty. Every morning you wake up thirsty. In the middle of the night, you get up and go use the restroom, really, really thirsty. That's a real key one. And then frequent urination. Because
while you sleep?
Huh?
While you sleep?
No, not just throughout the day.
Okay.
Because if you have to urinate all the time, it's your body. See, it's your body trying to flush that sugar out to balance yourself out.
Okay.
So if your sugar gets too high, your body's trying to push all of that sugar,
right?
Out of there. So, right. But I'm not on insulin or anything like that. But the problem with diabetes is when you don't treat it.
Yes, sir.
And that elevated sugar is running through your, the blood circulates through your body. It takes a little over 8 minutes from blood to circulate all the way through your body. But when sugar's in it, that sugar's rubbing against your eyes. It's rubbing against your kidneys. It's rubbing against, all those internal organs in the body. Have you ever noticed why a lot of people are on dialysis that are diabetics?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A lot of people that have vision problems that are diabetics. Yeah. People get limbs cut off that are diabetics because that's that sugar. The circulation gets really, 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 really slow. In the body. It's nothing to play with. If you've been diagnosed, and I know people that have been diagnosed with diabetes and will not take medicine for it. And if you're going to do that, you better be a vegetarian and just drink water.
That's what I was ready to ask.
If you ain't a strict vegetarian and just drinking water, you ain't got a chance.
I was going to say, because the food that we consume,
which
are sold at the grocery stores, the restaurants,
right.
This is what we live off of, but it's also killing us, correct?
Yes, yeah, exactly.
That's what I was going to ask you about your faith. Well, how you feel about certain meats? Well, pork. I know you don't eat pork. I know, so we ain't gonna talk about no pork. We ain't gonna bring it up.
All right.
So I know you ain't gonna want to touch it with your own fork. You smell it. I know that for a fact. But how do you feel about like beef and eating certain fish or whatnot? Do you feel that beef is good for you? Because for me, it takes 4 days to digest out of my body.
No, that's a good question. Some of the foods. Meat, the quality of meats today is not the same as what it was. If you remember back in the day when your father and them was coming up, Harry, there used to be meat stores where you went and got meat.
Yes, sir.
And then back in the day, I remember going to one store just to get a coat. You know what I mean? An overcoat for the winter.
Yeah.
Going somewhere just to get shoes. You know what I mean? Now everything's at one place, and so the quality has gone down. So much of the meat is so many chemicals in the meat that if you don't fast every now and then or drink some water to flush yourself out or do some type of detox, but other than pork, we eat different kinds of meat, but you don't want to try to eat too much meat. Like in America, the meat portions are some of the largest in the world, like on our plates. If you go in other countries, it's a real, like if they get a steak, it might be that big.
Wow. And
the rest of the plate is vegetables. In America, the meat takes up most of the plate.
Right.
And then the vegetables are the small. I mean, you go somewhere and get some broccoli, it's just a little bit, you know what I mean? So.
And like you said, the quality, like I could say like the hamburger when I grew up was, you know, it was real, looked like real beef. Now the beef it's kind of, you know, you can see the white filling in it where it don't look like 100% beef like it used to be. And it's just, and plus, you know, like eating like pasta and all that. I read a book called Nutricides, and the guy was talking about, you know, if it can stay on the shelf for 3 or 4 days, a week, what do you think it do in your stomach? If you if you eat something that can stay on the shelf, you know, for that long, then when you put it in your stomach, what you think it do? So like you said, a lot of food, especially since COVID and how things done went up, it's kind of rough out here now. They like the cheap food, the good food costs a lot. And the bad food is cheap. So how you get a choice to survive if you already going through a struggle and you can't afford the good food?
Right.
And the good food go bad in a couple of days.
That's real. Hey, y'all, we're going to take a break, pay some bills, and we're going to be right back after these messages. Welcome back. Community Outreach Show. I'm your host, Jerald Muhammad. In the studio with me, Toy Lewis and the engineers joining the conversation today, Harry Johnson. This show is sponsored by Centerwell Senior Medical. Centerwell has a facility right over next to Kroger by the U of L football field. They're sponsoring the show. They believe in what my business health plan consultants doing. They support what we do. In fact, we're looking at doing a community walk for African American men.
Okay.
So where we'll go to, they just opened an office on, I think it's 2950 West Broadway over by the track. But we'll get a lot of the brothers from West Louisville together. We go over there on like a Saturday morning. We just walk around the track 4 times. We just do a mile together at your own pace. Have some water over there, some fruit. You know what I mean? Cool. And we just come as you are. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. But you know, Toy was talking about the food and how food is not like it used to be. And Harry said, "Do you remember that commercial, Where's the Beef?" Right. He's going to play that commercial. Yeah. Go ahead and run that commercial, Where's the Beef?
It certainly is a big bun. It's a very big bun. Big, fluffy bun. It's a very big, fluffy bun. Where's the beef?
Some hamburger places give you a lot less beef on a lot of bun.
Where's the beef?
At Wendy's, we serve a hamburger we modestly call a single. And Wendy's single has more beef than the Whopper or Big Mac. At Wendy's, you get more beef and less bun.
Hey, where's the beef? I don't think there's anybody back there.
You want something better. You're Wendy's kind of people.
Where's the beef?
Where's the beef, man? That's something right there. That's telling our age too, though, ain't it?
Yeah, my son said the Big Macs done got smaller. I said, nah, you done got bigger. I said, your hands done got bigger. Oh, man. Well, because you said you do the insurance. I want to ask. So I had insurance with WellCare, and they had a endorsement, what you want to say, a benefit that they used to let me go to the Y. And they paid for the membership, and they took it away. And I thought that was a good thing for insurance companies to help, because if I'm on your health insurance or your insurance, when you want me to
you got Medicare?
No, I had WellCare.
Okay.
And and they paid for a year membership to the Y, and I thought it was a good plan, because if you want me to be healthy.
You know, I'm contracted with WellCare, so I work. That's one of the companies I work with. So I'll take a look at it and see, man.
Yeah, but I think they stopped it though.
Yeah,
I called in
because it's a thing called Silver Sneakers that they do on certain plans. Where you get free membership to the Y for the whole year. You know, so something that's definitely needed. But let's talk about that exercise. Yeah. Let's talk about do you get a chance? And I know you've had some some health challenges, but are you able to get a little exercise?
Yeah, what I'm able to do is ride a bike.
Okay.
Now I ride a bike from my house down to Chickasaw, Shawnee, and I ride a bike pretty. You know, I love my bike, man. I'm a bike rider. I just like put my headphones on and go take off ride, man, and I don't have that much issue breathing when I'm on the bike. But My issues is like bending over and walking up steps.
Okay.
And I don't. And they said my air capacity, of me holding air in my lungs is what I'm having trouble with. But I try my best, to do something, man. And like I told my son, every man should have some type of activity to do.
Yes.
You ain't a man if you ain't doing nothing physical. Even you got to cut the grass or you got to do something, man.
You got to do something, man.
You just can't just be sitting there saying, wasting your manly strength, just sitting there just giving orders.
In case y'all just joined the conversation, this is Jerald Muhammad in the studio with Toy Lewis, Harry Johnson. We talking about health. We talking about taking care of yourself. And man, if we able to reach one person today, if one person goes to the doctor or starts exercising or saying, you know what, I'm getting in the garage and I'm dusting my bike off because of what Toy said, or if Harry can be 54 without medication, surely I can be 44 and try to get off my medication, do better, eat better, So a lot of times people think you got to help a whole bunch of people or it's not worth. Now, if somebody saved one of our children's lives, what would that mean to us?
I mean a whole lot.
That's everything. You save my child's life, that's everything to me. So if one person listening to the sound of my voice, we are able to help one person survive an illness or prevent a death, what does that mean to that one person's parent?
It mean a lot.
Yeah.
It mean a lot to, I think also, we wake up every day not thinking about our health. We so worried about living, paying bills, and taking care of our kids. Sometimes we'll get so caught up with taking care of our kids or somebody else, we ain't even paying attention to ourselves. And then once you get sick, the people you've been taking care of, they start looking at you like,
man, I got to stand up on that one. See,
for real.
See, what you talking about is self-care.
Yeah.
Self-care is what he's talking about. And that's our problem, man. We don't have self-care.
Right.
And that's what I've taken the last year to do, brother, man, is really just self-care. Today, if I tell y'all what I did this morning, y'all probably blow your mind. I went this morning and I got in a hyperbaric oxygen chamber.
Yeah, sweated.
Well, no, that's a sauna.
Okay.
I got in the thing. This thing LeBron them be doing, but I got in the oxygen and I put oxygen in.
Okay.
And it's breathed in pure oxygen for an hour. Wow. And I listen to real soft music and just relax. Yeah. Sometimes I take a nap, but we breathe so shallow that we only actually take in about 20% oxygen, real oxygen into our body. So in this hyperbaric chamber, you are able to breathe in 80% pure oxygen. Wow. That oxygen can get to certain places in your body and heal naturally. Wow. Like wounds, sore muscles. Wow. So I've been doing it about once a week. It was $75. You know what I mean? And
that's my first time hearing about that.
So a lot of the big time athletes have them in their house.
Yes, sir.
They have what's also called infrared sauna. It's a sauna, but it has infrared light where it heats you up from the inside. It increases your circulation in your body.
Right.
Now, that won't harm your body with the infrared.
No,
things going in, like radiation, different things going in your body.
Now, it's a big thing, man. You have to, y'all look at Google it when you get it. It's a big thing. It's infrared light. It's like you could lay under it.
Right.
And it's a lot of athletes are doing it. The guy that got hurt for Colorado, Travis Hunter, they said he does it twice. So, and I do this too. It's cryotherapy. Is where you get in a machine. It's like putting your whole body in an ice pack.
Okay.
So it relieves all the inflammation out. But they said he does that and the infrared treatment. They said he does it every single day after practice. Right. And that's why he's healing up. He might be back this Sunday.
Right.
Because it helps you.
I never knew that.
Yeah, it helps your body. It helps your body heal.
Yeah, like I go, when I go to the gym, I go to the Wild. I go to the Wild on 18th Street. I love it over there. I love, I volunteer at the Teen Tech Center up there at the kids. Big shout out to the Teen Tech Center at the 18th and Broadway. LaShonda and the new director, who's the gal right now. But I learned sitting in that sauna
Yep.
is a great thing because you
Yep.
you sweat all them toxins and stuff out of it. And it's not one time I ever never got out of that sauna and not felt, good, felt brand new, eyes is clear. And some people forget the importance of sweating.
If you want to go out there to the sauna,
Yeah.
to the infrared, I'll take care of it, man.
Okay.
I'll pay for it. So
That's cool.
If you want to go.
Because you gotta sweat.
Yeah.
You gotta sweat.
But like you said, it's getting them toxins out.
Yeah,
of
you
your body.
gotta get the toxins out of your body.
Because I don't care how good you think you live, just like we talked about the food. You can not drink, not smoke, and be an angel, but there's still chemicals in them burgers. There's chemicals in everything you eat. I know somebody one day, they asked some children, they said, where do green beans come from? They said, out of a can.
Out of a can, I know they don't.
So why are chemicals put in the food then? Why are they processed the way they are to harm us instead of to help us?
Well, the chemicals are in the food for preservatives.
Yeah.
To make so it has longer shelf life because the greed of the corporation. So I hate to use this analogy because I'm telling on myself.
Yeah.
But we all done had a French fry fall on the floor of a car.
Yeah, it's a 10-second rule, though.
but have you looked at that fry that been under the seat for a week? You go touch it, it still looks like it did. Now it's hard, but it's still intact.
Right.
But if you had like back you remember when you used to shave the potato frying? And you drop it, it ain't gonna look like that. There'll be mold on it and everything because it's real. So that fry that's underneath the seat. Hey, and we don't always chew up everything properly.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just something's gonna say, just how that's sitting hard, just like that. That's how how that's sitting in our body.
Right. With
those preservatives on it. And that's why we feel the way we feel, is because we're not taking care of ourselves.
Yeah, man. I told my daughter the other day, I said, baby, you ate that burger quick. I said, you got at least chew 30 times or 40 times. But your opinion, the way you chew it and swallow food play a part for it, the way it go in your body too. You just can't, like you said, you just can't just swallow just one whole, swallow something thinking it's going to just sit in your stomach.
Right.
Like you have to chew it up, because it's not gonna come. You have to know that your stomach is sensitive.
No, you're right. You do have to chew. But I'm gonna tell you something about food, man. There's a lot. Food and money has a lot to do with your emotions.
Yes, it do.
Food and money has a lot to do with your emotions. I mean, we all have a relationship with food,
right? And
we all have a relationship with money. I mean, some of us, man, you waiting on a big check or some money. It's like you ain't seen your woman. She been gone. And, you know what I mean? And
yeah,
relationship,
right?
It's something that you build with that money, with that food, with that. It's a relationship.
So I'm gonna change gears real quick. So and not to get off his question, but about you gotta chew your food up, but. A lot of the things that we address it the wrong way. We address food by you need to stop eating because you need to lose weight. When I focused on becoming healthy as opposed to losing weight, that's when the weight came off.
Right.
I was always, because I keep getting on the scale every day. Then you start getting frustrated. Hell with it. You know what I mean? I was 2-0 whatever yesterday. Now I'm 2, now you 5 pounds. So but focus on being more healthy. Right. You know what I mean? Having more energy when you get up in the morning. You know what I mean? And when you focus on the health, the weight will come off. And then it's also like my man said, we put ourselves last. See, if I love myself, I'm going to take better care of myself.
Yeah. But it's hard. It's hard. This is my experience. Mm-hmm. It's hard to live in a household when you try to be healthy and everybody else say, hey, man, I ain't trying to lose no weight. You put that cheese on there and, put 2 more pieces of bacon in, baby. That's on you, baby. You want to live like that? You can live like that, but I want all that. And you say, well, God, I want some too, man. Oh, good. Gotta put me a piece of cheese and bacon on it too. You know what I'm saying? It's hard when I guess you want to say the culture in your house. If everybody ain't buying in, you might just have like my daughter. I like pork, Daddy. Well, baby, you can't eat it. I'm not buying it for you. You guess your mama had to buy it for you, but I'm not gonna buy it for you. But when you have people that want it, and it's hard to sort of like convince them you don't like it. You don't supposed to like bacon.
Man, this is a good conversation. Now, I'm gonna tell you something. You know, you talked about a relationship. So
Right.
one of the things that I've done with my family is I try to show my family that we can do things as a family where you always don't have to spend money, and that you can have a healthy lifestyle, like you talked about the Y. I would take when my boys were young, me, my wife, and my two boys, we'd all go to the Y together. We'd be at the Y for 2 hours. Like, I may be in there shooting basketball. One of my boys would be in the daycare on the inside of the Y, and then the other one might be swimming.
Okay.
You know, or then I might be shooting ball with all my boys, and my wife might be here on the cycle machine. You know what I mean? But we would every now and then, once a week, twice a week, we would just go to the YMCA as a family.
Right.
Not to the movies, or we did go to the movies, not to a ball game, and we do go to ball games. But, you know, we're showing my family that, you know, we can go do things as a family that are health conscious.
So you believe nowadays with the younger generation, like I said, I grew up like in the 90s. I'm 47, so my time was like 90, 2000. But do you feel that the families now don't do enough activities like that with their kids no more?
Man, that's an excellent question. I wholeheartedly believe that families don't do enough stuff together. Like my friend, like Terrence Cobb and Kevin Reed, you know, and we all work together, but they big into riding bikes, man.
Right.
And they, they be riding 15, 20, and 30 miles. I love riding bike,
man. I lose my. It's just when I'm on it, I lose. It's just like I go somewhere else with thoughts. I'm free. You know, once I get somewhere, I know I gotta make it back on it. So I got my music playing. I don't know. It just frees me, man. All to the bike riders. Shout out to all the bike riders, man. Cause I see them all the time. We wave at each other. And
it's like a whole culture, right? It's like a whole nother life.
Especially down there, the Chicken South Pork in the morning, early in the morning, I ride down there, and it's the same older ladies that walk with their stick.
I didn't know how expensive some of them bikes can be too.
Man, yeah, they're very expensive. A couple $100, $1,000 bikes. Yeah. But I just ride on a mountain bike. But I used to ride bike. I used to have my daughter them follow me on the bike and ride them to the point that we used to. And as they got a little older, we'll stop that.
But see, man, that's a beautiful thing, though, man. Because like I said, like y'all start doing that again, man. That's that little time, and that's the, you know.
Yeah, because you buying bikes for Christmas and they ain't even riding them.
Yeah.
They sit down in the basement. When the summer come, they don't even pull the bikes out for the kids. But Christmas come, you'll buy them a bike. But can you let them ride the bike in the neighborhoods we live in now?
So the point. So in case you joined the conversation, this is Jerald Muhammad, along with Tori Lewis and Harry Johnson, WLLV Radio, 101.9 FM. We're here every Sunday from 4 to 5. We're talking about men's health. How come men don't go to the doctor? Ladies, encourage your husband, your boyfriend, your significant other. Encourage him to go to the doctor. And everybody may not be able to go out to the gym, you know, with their situation, but you know, how important is it for Black men to go to the doctor and take care of their health?
In 2011, I had a mind stroke. I was paralyzed. And with the help of God, listen to the studio. We got back to where I could move around and eventually walk. And one of the exercises that helped me, and one of the things that I do is I do water aerobics as a Y.
Wow. Water aerobics, that's excellent. That's what he's talking about. I tried it.
And it doesn't hurt the joint or anything, so I was able to lose a significant amount of weight and move around. You don't have to worry about whether you swim or not because you do it in shallow water.
Water aerobics is excellent exercise. Yep. Thomas, we having a little audio trouble because on the Facebook Live they can't hear him on here. But for some reason we're having a little audio trouble. But we thank you for calling in and we thank you for sharing. And but Thomas was talking about how he has silver sneakers where he
I did that water aerobics before at the Y on 18.
Yeah. So that water aerobics is really, really good because he was saying you don't have to be able to swim, but you can exercise.
Right.
An
older lady said, see me in the gym, and she said, you need to try, because the older ladies, what they do. And she said, you need to try the water aerobics one time. Right. I'm telling you, you're going to feel it. So one day she psyched me up, and I got in there, man. The next day I seen her, and I was like, you want to land? Because I woke up, I was sore, but I felt good. And my joints was loose. I wasn't just exactly like what he said. I wasn't stiff. I was more, algae a little bit, and water aerobics really do work.
Mm-hmm. I want to read some of these comments online. Ronnie Turner said, I don't take any shots, I don't take no medication, and I'm 51. What a blessing. It sure is. Sister Donna Orr said, it's truly a blessing. My mother-in-law, Vera Wood, says, we forget the temple of this body is the temple of God. You know what I mean? This is the real house of God. Sometimes we forget that, but, we have a lot to be grateful for, a lot to be blessed about. One brother said he came on here and that God spoke to him through what we were saying today.
That's what's up.
Man, that's really what's up.
That's the one person we were trying to reach.
yeah.
It was one person. I don't reach one person. That's the goal.
That's the goal.
Yeah,
that's
change somebody's direction.
Yeah, and a lot of people, they get frustrated because they think, working in the community or an organization, they think they got to save the world. They're going to go out here and you do these programs and nobody shows up. You can't worry about that. You go one person at a time. But I'm encouraging everybody's watching on Facebook Live, listening on the radio. Take care of yourself. Take some self-care time. And part of self-care has to be with eliminating distractions. See, the beauty in what you're doing with the bike riding is it's doing a couple of things, because I've read but there's a book called The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success.
Okay.
And in the book, he talks about getting quiet and communing with nature.
Okay.
And then plus you exercising. So you're doing 3 things.
Right.
You communing with nature.
Right.
Because you outside, you in the park.
Right.
So you seeing them leaves, you feel the wind blowing.
Getting that vitamin D.
Yeah, getting that vitamin D, and it's all natural.
Right.
Then you clearing your mind, so that's like a meditation, because you're not even aware. Dang, I've been riding for 20 minutes. Right. I've been riding for 30 minutes. Right. And you don't even get tired until you start thinking about, oh man, I've been riding this long.
It's gone. And I think for me, a bike also takes me out of self. Like, I have a nice car, I have a nice hair. For a while you might get to think, if I pull up on a bike, you treat me like an average person. I ain't got you don't know who I am. I'm just a guy on a bike. Got a sweatsuit on.
What you drive, man? You got me curious.
I just got a Dodge Journey.
Oh, okay.
I got a 2017 Dodge Journey.
Okay, that's a nice.
So it's mine. I own it and I appreciate it. But on my bike, you don't know.
You own it. That's a lot right there. I saw it out there in the parking lot.
Hey, so on the bike, I pull up. You gonna treat me like I jump out of the Journey. You might treat me like a superstar. I pull up on a bike, you might give me a average man conversation. You know what I'm saying? You might have a good conversation with me. I treat me like I'm on a throne. I get to be average on a bike. It take you out of reality. It take you out of who people see you for too. Because they see you on a bike, they figure, he ain't nobody. He on a bike.
Yep.
So that's another reason I like riding. It just put me, just on a even playing ground with everybody too.
Yeah, so we got just a couple of minutes left, man. But I thank you for coming in, the show, and I pulled up. Really didn't even know what we was gonna be talking about today. So some of my crew was out of town, but this show is, like I said, it's designed like for my insurance business, and we, and health insurance. But we really wanted just to talk about men's health, man, and because. Again, your story was very powerful, man.
Yeah.
But God blessed you to get through it, and your will, your determination to live and to get better, man. So, your story was very, very powerful. So, folks, we thank y'all for tuning in. Harry, I thank you for helping with the conversation today. So, folks, we only got just a few seconds left, but we're here every Sunday at 4 o'clock. If you're watching on Facebook Live, hit that share button, tag your friends. We have some good information on here today. My man, Tory Lewis. I'm Jerald Muhammad. God willing, we'll see you folks right here next Sunday at 4 o'clock. Peace.
Appreciate
you, man. That's beautiful.